Yes, guys, welcome back to another video and another daily transfer gossip column. And today I thought I'd switch it up a little bit and get a guest on. You all know him. Big up Saeed, man, for coming on. How you doing, man?
Yeah, man, all good, man, all good. Can't complain. Transfer windows is a madness at the minute. I don't know about you, yeah, but I feel like I go to the toilet, I come back, and something's gone mad. Like I don't know if it's you. You get a cup of tea. You know what I mean? You
Today
can't see how
feels like the
that.
first day, which is a bit chiller, but like the last
Yeah,
4 or
like
5 days
literally.
have been heavy.
Yeah, man. Like literally, like we've heard something about Torres today, which is a massive signing. But just in general, like it's just like David honestly is tweeting like 3 times a day now, which is
Yeah, I
before it was
know.
like once a month. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it is
Like
crazy. It
it's
is crazy.
mad.
It's mad. It's mad. Right, well, we'll
You
get
know what I
into it then,
mean?
man,
So it's good, man.
and see what's going on. So we got this one from the Sun. Bayern Munich are ready to offer 80 million quid to try and sign striker Harry Kane from Tottenham after initial bid of 60 million, while the England captain was rejected. Yeah, this is a bit of a mad one, obviously. Bayern Munich wanted him, 60 million. That was
Yeah,
always too low. They've gone up to 80 million. The problem I have with this, yeah, is this. Is
yeah.
For me, I think that Tottenham, if they get a couple of defenders in, I think they could potentially attack that top four because Harry Kane, Son, Kulusevski, Maddison, strengthen that midfield, strengthen that defence. I think they could do it, especially because they've got no European football. Here's the problem. They lose Harry Kane, they ain't getting top four, my
No,
view. So Daniel
100%.
Levy now, for me, bro, he's got to work out whether or not he's going to sell him, get the money in, but then not get top four, or keep him, but then potentially lose him on a free, but have a chance at the
3.
top four.
Exactly. You know what? It's mad. You know, when you look at the James Madison signing, and you're looking at the whole situation, I think right now Bayern Munich are taking the piss because they're a foreign club. They're not a club that's in the Premier League. They can only take the piss right now because I think for me, 70 million. How much did they yeah, was it 70 million yesterday? The bid was. I think for me that's disrespectful because you know why I say that is because there's not many top strikers out there in the world. You've got a world class striker, even for 1 year left on his contract, he still is worth up
Mm,
to 100 million. I know it sounds
I
mad,
agree.
but that's just the reality because
I
there's
agree.
not a lot of strikers out there. Had there
Mm,
been so many top strikers out there, like back in the 90s or the early 2000s or whatever, then people would be like, yeah, fair enough. You know what I mean? That's taking a piss there. We could go elsewhere. More fishes in the sea. But right now, there isn't enough fishes in the sea. So hence why Bayern Munich now 80 million. It's not a bad deal. They could get about
mm,
3 or 4 years out of him. They can win a Champions League this year. Haaland won a treble this year. You man got your
mm,
money like that, like boom. You got
mm.
your money's worth, even though it wasn't that much money anyway. But you got your money's worth, bang, you won the treble. They could do the same. They could win trophies and then just like monopolize it for how long they want, and
I
then go
agree.
get the next big thing in the next 2 3 years. 80 million is not a lot when they dominate their league. They probably get the biggest sponsors in there. They probably, you know what I mean, like they're the kings of Germany, so they got
Mm-hmm.
the most money. So why not spend it over there? So 80 million, I don't think they're gonna accept that. I think we're looking at 100 million. 100 million, then you
Mm.
can have your man. But for Tottenham, they need to keep him, man. It's
I
so
agree.
so crucial they keep him, bro.
I agree. 100% agree. Let's move on to this one then. England midfielder Declan Rice has been given permission to undergo a medical at Arsenal as they hold talks with West Ham over how to structure a £105 million deal. Yeah, this is a mad one. Obviously, Arsenal got this over the line. They're going to get it over the line, and it's going to be a done deal.
Yeah.
But
This is crazy
105
though, man.
million, bro.
The more you look at it,
105.
the more you
Wait.
look at it, it's mad, 105 million for a player who I think is a good player, don't get me wrong. He's not worth 105 million though. And that's the
Mm,
kind of the maddest situation for this. It's like, you know, but this is what happens when A, you buy a player from a club that's only got one top player, and B, when Arsenal need to get to the next level now, and they know that now they've got Champions League.
agreed.
Arsenal know that West Ham have got money. And even with 1 year left on his contract, he's got 1 year left on his contract. And still, he's worth that amount. Like, back in the day, 1 year left on the contract used to be so kind of simple. But now it's not.
Mm,
It's kind of like you still have to pay the money. Because people are desperate. Because then next year, for free, the value of him doubles because in a way of how many people are involved. Everyone wants to get
mm.
that player for free
I do
now.
think though
And then
with
you're getting
Arsenal, yeah, I think with Arsenal, whilst they've massively overpaid, I do think they needed to get this signing done. It's the next step.
yes.
It's the step from signing these players that no one really knows, like Fabio Vieira for 30 million quid, to going, you know what? We actually want to win things, and we know we're overpaying. Everyone knows they're overpaying. Arsenal fans know they're overpaying, but they have to get this
Yeah.
guy in. But it's one of them.
Yeah.
Obviously, deal's likely to go through over the next couple of days, but we'll see that get confirmed. West Ham boss David Moyes is targeting Everton's Belgian midfielder Amadou Onana, Juventus' Switzerland midfielder Denis Zakaria, and Man United's England defender Harry Maguire. Well, first of all, this player at West Ham under David Moyes, I think he's a match made in heaven. Onana at West Ham, I think would be class.
He is.
Zakaria, probably not as good, but still decent. And
Nah,
again, I've
not
got to say
really
this.
more, man.
I think this should be a great signing for West Ham and David Moyes. I
Harry
really
Maguire's
do,
not
man.
28, by the way.
Oh, is he?
Harry
Oh, is he?
Maguire is not 28, by the way. He's 30 years old. So I don't know where they've got this idea that he's 28. Yeah, I mean that's
He
crazy,
is.
man. But I understand.
They always get it
in
wrong
that
on here, by the
sense,
way. BBC editors, shit, man. They always get it wrong on here.
Yeah, the shit, man. Like, pay us, innit? If you want us to sort out your website, man, let us know what's
Pay
going
us,
on.
man.
But like I said, I think for me, I think Onana's that sort of player that, for me, 21 years old. I still can't believe he's 21 years old, by the way. He's a beast. He
I'll
could
check
be
that
that
as well.
perfect fit. But Everton will want at least 80 million for him. You know why I say that? Because they bought it for 60. So they're not
They
going
bought
to
it for 60
him on a
million.
cheap as well. Yeah, they bought. No. You know what? To be fair, I'm lying. I'm actually lying. I think they
It
bought
says
it for 30
35
million.
million here. 35 million
Sorry.
euros.
It must have been another player that I'm looking at. But they will want at least 50 million for him. They want at least to get
I
some
agree.
money out of it because he's got a big potential and also he's got a high ceiling. For me, I think he's a good player, man, Onana.
I do.
Would I want him at United? I think for the right price, I would. So, but
Go with
yeah,
West Ham, man.
they
I
need to
think
spend
these
that money
three
anyway, so
players
they got
for
a lot of
West
money.
Ham. I agree. I think these 3 players for West Ham would be great. But yeah, Harry Maguire. Man United are set to formally approach Brighton for Ecuador midfielder Moises Caicedo after making initial contact this week. That's from Sky Sports. I'll let you what you're saying about that, bro.
Yeah, listen, man, it's not going to happen, man. For me, I wish it would happen. You know what I mean? But I just think Chelsea are going to blow us out of the water, man. They're A, going to bid more, B, offer better package in terms of what they're doing, and C, they're just going to be more quicker. We just love to talk and never do anything about it. So I think Chelsea, they've got their set sight on most of their targets. They've not lost out on many. You know what I mean? They beat Arsenal to Mudryk. They beat Arsenal to so many other players. So they'll do it again, man. But it's about money, innit? Like, money, does money talk enough for him, or does he want ambition? He could win a lot with Chelsea this year, though. He could win the Premier League. You don't know how Chelsea's season could be. So, yeah, I think he's going Chelsea, me, if I'm being really honest with you, banter aside.
And what do you make of this one? The Red Devils will also hold talk with Chelsea this week to break the impasse over a deal for England midfielder Mason Mount. That's from the Telegraph. This has been a weird one, bro, because they were doing like all these bids and like negotiations, and it seemed to me like, oh yeah, it's going to be tomorrow. They'll get it done. It'll be tomorrow, and then it just never got done. Then it was like I heard people saying, oh, apparently United have pulled out the deal. Now apparently they're going back into the deal. Like, bro, what the hell's going on here, man?
Bro, listen, you know what it is, yeah? Basically, Chelsea want a certain amount of money, which is close to 60 million plus add-ons. Man United are saying no, 50 or 55 million last offer. The thing is, yeah, I don't know why Man United are pushing it so hard. They could get him for the free next year. Chelsea are taking a piss, but then again, Chelsea sell well. They don't really undersell. So they want to keep their reputation in check. Mount wants the deal to happen, but he's not going to force the move. He's not gonna like. He's a common boy. He obviously wants to respect the fans in that sense. I just look at it. I think to me, like Ten Hag for that amount of money is crazy, man. Like when you look at other players, Madison going for 40 million. Come on, man. It's not worth that amount, and it's for the right price. Mount is a sign that you buy for the right price. Simple as that.
I think it'll be a good signing. I don't know if you agree with this. I think it'll be a good signing for United, but I agree. I think the price is probably a bit too high there. But it will be interesting to see if United do that because they've not signed anyone yet, innit? So will they get that one done?
There you go.
Let's have a look at the next one. Aston Villa are leading the race to sign Pau Torres from Villarreal as the Spain defender enters the final year of his contract. That's from the Express, and we are hearing now that this deal is pretty much done as well. They've agreed a fee and
it's done, actually. That is a top signing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know if he would work well in United because I feel like he lacks physicality, and I think he, you know what I mean, that said. But I tell you what, for Aston Villa to go and get Pau Torres, 26 years old, Spanish international, very, very good with his feet, technically sound, bro. He's already played under Unai Emery for Villarreal. I think he's going to play Europa League Conference League. He's going to give them that leadership, that experience. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, that's a good deal. And you know
Mm,
what? Just shows you that these clubs are around the corner now. Brighton now, Aston Villa getting
yeah,
this Spain
100%.
international, man. They're around the corner, guys, man. They're not moving away. They're not moving away,
Mm.
man.
I
They're
think
not.
Villa are on an upwards trajectory, man, 100%, and they've got a top manager
Yeah.
as well. It's a good signing. Spanish midfielder Gabri Veiga, who has a £34 million release clause, has emerged as a target for City, while Liverpool and Chelsea are also keeping tabs on the Celta Vigo man. Yeah, we heard this morning as well that Chelsea are really actually interested in him. City have
Yeah.
apparently told them that they want to make the bid and release the clause, but we'll have to see how this one develops. It does seem that this guy is probably on the way out of Celta Vigo. Last season, he had a really good year by all accounts. And yeah, City have been heavily linked with him. Obviously, we do need probably another player. So it'll be interesting to see if we get this guy. United not in for him, but seems like he's on the way out, that one. Let's go on to Liverpool. Liverpool have met with representatives of 22-year-old Hungary midfielder Szoboszlai, who has a €70 million release clause. That's £60 million, by the way. That's at Leipzig. That's from the Athletic. I think if Liverpool get this guy, I think that for me, bro, I think that Liverpool, come the end of this transfer window, the way that teams are moving, I think they're going to be City's main title rivals, man. I think that Liverpool will be back next year. I honestly believe that, man.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think this is a good player. You know, he's still. I don't know why he's still young, because I feel like this guy's been around for a while now. But he's still young, 22 years old. Dominic Szoboszlai. I think he's a good player, man. He can play different positions: 10, 8, false 9 on the wing. He's very technically gifted. I think he's not. Is he not the Hungary captain or something like that? So he's, you know what I mean? He's, for me, he's experienced, man. I think he could cook in the Premier League. You know, 22 years old. He's another player that they just find. You know, he's got a release clause that they have to pay though within the next day or two, though, apparently. So,
oh really?
yeah, man. I
Oh,
think
it
for
ends
me
at
that
the
could
end
be
of
a good
June.
signing, you know, for them. End of June, yeah, there you go. So they have to make it soon or quick, or they'll have to pay their actual price tag for him.
Interesting. Wolves have accepted a bid of 7.5 million plus 1 million in add-ons from Leicester for England defender Connor Cody. That's from the Express and Star. That's a good signing for Leicester.
Yeah,
You know, Connor Cody
that's a
probably
good
suits the
signing for Leicester.
Championship.
Get them back up.
I
And then
agree.
you need them kind of leaders in the Championship. That's a very good signing for them, especially in the Championship where it's not the same level as the Premier League. I think it's a good move that for them.
Burnley have submitted a bid for Anderlecht's 18-year-old Belgian defender Noah Sadiki. That's from Fabrizio Romano. Yeah, Burnley have been linked with a lot of players. They obviously want to strengthen their squad. And 18-year-old young player.
And also,
I guess
it's Company's old club, isn't it? Anderlecht. He managed there, didn't he? So
Belgian
you
as
can
well.
understand why he knows who's coming up, who's the next big thing. So you know what, man? Company's little stint out over there could be a good thing, man, for them. You know, to be fair.
I agree. Chelsea are willing to let England winger Callum Hudson-Odoi leave for 15 million, and Notts Forest are interested, bro. This is so sad, man. This is so sad. This guy. Do you remember when Bayern Munich were going to sign him, and he ended up?
For like 70 million.
Yeah, and he ended up taking the cash because I think he's on like 250k a week, isn't he? At Chelsea or something like that. He's on big cash.
Yeah, man. He's on serious. No. I think he's on 100k a week. I think. Is it not 100k?
Is it? Well, it's big. I know it's big cash because I think that's one of the reasons he stayed. But it's so sad. This is when you're a young player, man. You have to pick the right decision, and unfortunately, he's obviously picked the wrong one. He's 22 now. You know, no one's speaking about him, and now he's going to end up at Forest, man. Maybe he can reignite his career.
Sad, but you know what? It just shows you, innit? Like money is just too much for these guys, man. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, should there be a cap on when you're like 18, 19 on how much you should be paid?
No point,
I don't know,
bro, because people will breach it. People will pay the parents. People will pay the grandparents. Like it'll just be a joke. So I don't think there's any way you can do it. But sad times, man, for Hudson-Odoi. Hopefully, he can get his career back on track.
Oh,
we got breaking news.
Saying, Manchester United have a new direct talks with Onana in the last 24 hours. Okay, so they want at least 55 million for him. That's from Fabrizio Romano. So
pay the money,
while we're doing this video, there's breaking news. I'd pay for that. I think for me, he's a top keeper. You see that Man City when you were playing him in the final, the way he just kind of monopolizes the ball and he just switches it over the top. He was doing some crazy moves in it. So I actually want him, man. So that would be a good signing for us, man, if we go and get him. 100%.
How much was that, did you say?
55 million euros they want for him.
Right, cool. So that's what, like 40, 46, 47 million quid. I think that's
that's crazy. That's nice, man. That's nice.
Cool. Well, last couple here, guys. Blues boss Mauricio Pochettino is ready to receive offers for captain Azpilicueta and could let the Spanish fullback go on a free with Inter Milan, keen on his services. That's from the Sun. Yo, big up Azpilicueta, man. He's been a very good player over the last sort of decade at
Very
Chelsea.
good player, man.
Solid
He's been
defender.
solid,
And
solid
yeah,
player. For me,
I
he's
like
a
him.
Chelsea legend. You know what I mean in terms of their books. I think he's been a Premier League, in terms of serving, he's been good, man. So yeah, man. The Italian league, you've got about 3 or 4 more years in that league. No
I agree.
disrespect, the longevity-wise, the pace in the league is not the greatest in the world, but he could do a job, man. He's still an experienced leader, man. So yeah, man, fair play to him,
Agreed.
man. Azpilicueta, yeah.
Santos wonderkid Angelo, who has represented Brazil at under 20 level, is on the verge of completing a €15 million deal to Chelsea after Barcelona withdrew their interest. That's from Goal. I always don't really get too gassed or excited about these because, most of these players that you sign flop. Most of them are not great. But the thing is, there'll be one that makes it in it. So,
Yeah,
yeah, I
exactly.
mean,
Yeah, it's hit and
just one
misses,
of
man.
those. It's a
It's hit and
gamble.
miss
It's a gamble.
with the Brazilian league. Yeah, it's a gamble.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the final one, Benfica president Rui Costa says that Manchester United are prepared to pay €80 million, which is £69 million, for 22-year-old Portuguese forward Gonçalo Ramos. That's from Correio da Manha. That is from that. Have you heard anything about this, bro? Gonçalo Ramos, United being linked with him?
No, nothing. This is a bit of a new one for me. I've not really heard any rumors about this one, but I think he's a good player, Goncalo Ramos. But I just look at him and I think to myself, he had a good World Cup. He had a good season last season, but this season he's not been too bad. But I just don't think he's been hitting the heights as he once did. Yeah, I mean, I think he's a very, very good player for the right price. This one's almost like for the right price. If you can get him for around the price you're getting for now, it's not too bad. But I was hearing last year, €120 million was his release clause, and now all of a sudden it's changed. So what's changed? You know what I mean? So that's interesting to kind of find out in that aspect. But for me, yeah, I'm not willing to spend more than 70 million, 80 million max for him. Max for that player.
Well, there you go, guys. That's a big transfer roundup. The daily roundup done. Big up to Saeed for coming on. You know where to find him. Most of you guys probably follow him anyway, but go subscribe to Saeed. What's your next target, man?
I want to reach 75k by the end of the year, so I've got 10k to reach that. So hopefully 75k by the end of the year, and then hopefully 100k by the end of the season. But let's see. It could happen. It could not happen. But you got to dream big, right? You got to dream big, man.
You got to have goals, innit? You got to have goals. Guys, let me know your thoughts about some of these rumors, some of the talking points in the comment section below. Make sure you smash a like on the video as well, and let me know who else you want me to get on these daily roundups, man. I'll do a couple more collabs, get a few people on, but you guys need to let me know in the comment section below who you want to see on the channel, innit? So, yeah, give a comment, make sure you subscribe, smash a like, and I'll catch you in the next one.